CJ, I'll just ask it off the top. Walk us through your interception, what you saw, and did you know you could get up as high as you did making that play?
Um, man, really just seen it coming. Really knew somebody was behind me, open a little bit. So I just jumped up and just reached for it and came down with it. So yeah, that's about it, really.
CJ, you know, it's not hard to look at the numbers and see what Ole Miss has been doing on offense, and you're a middle linebacker. The quarterback you'll face in Jackson Dart, just so many options that you got to be looking for. Can you just talk about the challenge, and do you feel like you guys are up for the challenge that Ole Miss is going to provide offensively?
Yeah, I think we definitely up for the challenge. Just simply the way we're going to prepare for it and stuff like that. And like you say, you know, they're a great offense. You can't take away from that. You know, they're fast and they're good at what they do. So, but you got to be able to prepare for it.
Yeah, C.J. Kirby reflected on you being thrown into the fire against Ole Miss last year. Just as you look back at the past year, how much do you feel like your confidence has grown as an inside linebacker? Just the more and more you've been able to play.
Yeah, I definitely say that my own confidence has grown a lot because, I mean, that's what it kind of all boils down to, your confidence. You know, you got to have a lot of confidence at that position to get guys in the right spot and make the right call and being able to execute that call. So I think my confidence has grown tremendously.
What's the number one thing you must do to your left, when Coach Kiffin decides to go with pace and pick things up offensively? What do you need to control? What do you need to focus on?
Communication. I feel like communication is the biggest thing because, I mean, you can't play if you're not lined up. So just getting your cleats in the dirt and being able to line up, be able to execute the calls.
You talk about the confidence you've gained since that last Ole Miss game. Just what was going through your head as you get the word, hey, you're going to get your first career start today?
Really, let me see, go back to that date. I think it kind of was a lot going through my head initially, but I just boiled it down to his football. I'm playing football, the game I've been playing. You know, I understood that I prepared for it, and I prepared for that moment like I was already a starter. So just then having guys to help me and lean on me. So the guys was very helpful too.
A couple defensive guys say cleats in the dirt. Cleats. What is that? Where does that come from? And what does that mean to you when I guess coaches tell you that's what you need to lock in and?
Really just being set when the ball snap, cause like it's a lot of commotion going on, guys getting back to the ball. So like when you get lined up, that's what that kind of means, just getting lined up, cleats in the dirt. Yeah.
I don't know if you've experienced this before, but a teammate getting engaged in the middle of the season, one of your secondary guys with Malachi. Did you guys celebrate it at all this week? Do anything for him?
I don't know. He maybe has celebrated. I don't know about that, but no, there's definitely a big moment in his life and stuff like that. It's very special, something like that. That's huge. So I congratulate him on that. You know, being able to do that during the season. So that's kind of big for sure.
CJ over here to your left again. We also saw the video of Peanut scoring his first touchdown, entire team going nuts, offensive, defensive guys, everything. Why was that such a big deal, number one? Is there more to come from Peanut this year?
I think just like when guys like the Peanut, you know, he works so hard in practice, you know, really don't say too much, just come to practice, head down, grinding. So it kind of means a lot when they come in and get their shot and scores a touchdown. So it just kind of just means more, especially him working hard and coming to practice every day.
TJ, going back to that Florida game, I think you led the team in tackles. You had that interception. How would you evaluate how you played on Saturday?
It always can be better, you know, a couple things here and there. But like I said, you know, learning from what I did wrong, stuff like that, just being able to get everybody on the same page. So, like I said, that game's kind of in the past for me, you know, just focus on the next.
You guys always talk about going to the doctor. As it comes to when it comes to outside runs, you know, what are some of the issues there you guys need to kind of get better at and to contain that?
Can you say it again? My bad.
Outside runs,
Mm-hmm.
What are some of the issues defense needs to kind of hone in on?
I think when it comes to outside runs, to eliminate those type of plays, you know, you get all hats to the ball. I find it kind of take care of itself when you get everyone falling to the ball on the outside run. So it kind of take care of itself.
The first 12-team playoff rankings comes out Tuesday, and obviously this game, you guys with a loss under your belt, has huge implications in terms of, you know, chasing down a national championship, trying to stay in the game. And is is that relevant in any way to what you guys are doing? I mean, are you thinking about that as you get ready to play a top, a team that's going to be maybe a top 12 team?
Not right now. 'Cause like I said, we focus on now. What can we take care of now? Like that's gonna take care of itself later down the road. So right now we just focusing on ourselves and focus on Ole Miss. So once we cross that road, we'll take care of it then. But we just want to focus on what's going on now, and they'll help everything later on.
We've seen more and more of Chris Cole in recent weeks.
Mm-hmm.
What has impressed you the most about him in his freshman year and what he brings to the table?
Just being able to go out there, line up, make the right calls, and do his job to his best ability. I think that's the biggest thing in that position. We all kind of been there in that spot, so just let them know to keep going and stuff like that.
Jackson's competing nearly 50% of his passes on attempts more than 20 yards down the field. Does that kind of keep you honest, force you to kind of not bite on the screen passes, so to speak, and that a guy can beat you in so many different ways?
I think it just all boils down to just doing your job. What you're supposed to do in that play, just having your eyes in the right spot. That's kind of what it kind of just boils to. Just everybody doing their job, because everyone have a job to do on every single play.
Yes, CJ, over here to your right. You guys offensively have had some turnover problems recently, and I won't ask you to speak on it, but it's a sudden change in the game when you're running back out on the field, and I'm curious how you guys go about preparing for sudden changes during practice, and also how you think defensively you guys have responded to those moments of sudden change.
I think we responded well. Sometimes we didn't put the fire out, but I think just having our team back at the end of the day, we're a team, so we're going to have our teammates back knowing they'll do the same thing for us if the role were flipped. But I think we kind of handled it well, we want to say just put the fire out. That's what we kind of say.
CJ, Chaz Chambliss was named the co-SEC Defensive Player of the Week today. Mm-hmm. How excited were you guys for him? And kind of what does it mean to y'all to see him win that award?
I'm definitely excited for Chaz, man. Chaz worked so hard. He one of those guys that don't say too much. When he says something, it means something. So, man, he just worked so hard and just do his job. So it kind of just means a lot that he got recognized for that. Yeah, for sure.
TJ over here. For you guys going on the road again, another kind of big matchup that everybody's focused on, is there a feeling with the Texas game, Alabama game, some of these games you guys have played in that you're sort of battle-tested and ready for an environment like this?
I would definitely say we're battle-tested just because of things that we go through day in, day out at practice. That allows us to be battle-tested. Also, of course, the games allow us to be battle-tested on the road and stuff like that. But those games in the past and stuff like that, so we got to focus on the Ole Miss. But to your point, yeah, I definitely say we're battle-tested with being on the road for sure.
This question more about your defensive line. There have not been a lot of holding calls called on the opposing offenses against your team or against the teams you're facing. So are the teams not holding your guys, or they're just not calling it?
I mean, if they don't throw it, I guess it's not a holding. I really don't. I really don't know what to say about that one. But if they don't throw it, it's not a holding. I'm sure it probably is, probably not. So I really don't know for sure.
Ben Yurosek coming in from Stanford, how have you seen him adjust to being a part of this group for 1 year?
I think when I think of Ben, I think just his practice habits. He goes so hard at practice, and it shows up in the game. Sometimes watching the play Florida, I just told him my good block. I saw it, just stuff like that. He just works so hard and it shows up.
Any more for CJ? All right, thank you, CJ.
Thanks, CJ.